Hey y'all, welcome back for another episode of Candy Coated Shenanigans, Sour Patch Kid Edition, the only way I like to be. I hope everybody is having a beautiful day. I feel like I look a little bit crazy today. I just washed my hair and I need to go do it, but I had all these thoughts in my mind and I wanted to make sure that I could tell y'all all the stuff I want to tell y'all today. So I had to get dressed to get undressed to do my hair later. So anyways, welcome back. So today is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, traveling. All right. If you know me at all, if you follow me on any of my social media platforms, probably know your girl be out here, okay? COVID don't stop nothing. I mean, it did for a year, but that's over. Not COVID, just me not traveling is over. I'm out. And one thing like that I always hear from people is, how do you plan these bomb trips? So first of all, I'm hot, right? That's what happens when you get out the shower and be throwing clothes on. But how do you plan these bomb trips? And I think the first thing y'all need to know about me is I am a planner through and through, right? Like from the littlest thing to the biggest thing, right? My best friend, I plan stuff for her birthday. I've done multiple birthdays for her, and it's always over the top. I'm not your average best friend. Like, let's go on a wine tour and I'm gonna get us a driver and pack snacks and have it all planned out. And all you gotta do is hop in the vehicle and be ready to go. Let's go on a boat ride and you rent out a boat. Yeah, like I'm a birthday person, so everything is over the top, but I love to plan. My primary love languages that I love to receive are acts of service and quality time, right? Those are two things that put me through the moon, right? If you do something for me, which makes my life easier, or you're able to spend quality time with me, that means more to me than words can ever express. I'm gonna be honest, because I be confused with people's words sometimes. But something that beyond those things being things that I'm great at as well, right? Because, you know, that's my love language. I also am a gift giver. So it may not look like a gift, like a present. It could be a whole celebration or something that you don't know is happening. I love the element of surprise for people. I love that look they get on their face when they receive things. It's just bomb. So when I plan trips, and there's different ways I plan trips, right? I have trips that I plan for groups of friends, and then I have things that are more specific to me. And I am hold on, yeah, because I'm about to get a towel. I'm hot. I need to turn my ear up. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Like, your girl was melting over here, I felt like. But anyways, but there are different trips that oops, got my fan. That I plan. And so there are trips that are for the group, and then trips that are more circled around what I want to do. Circled around what I want to do is usually a birthday trip. I'm also a solo traveler. I will hop up and go someplace by myself in a minute. I'm working on that a little bit. My friends don't like that too much, but I'll be out. So these are some things, because people are like, you travel all the time because you got money and you ain't got kids, blah, 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 blah. And yes, okay, yes, I have money. I do not have children. That makes the navigation of my life a little bit easier. But the stuff I be doing outside of the fact that when I go out the country, now when I go out the country, that'd be different for people. But the stuff that I do within the US of A, my friends do it too. And they got kids. But I'm going to break down a little bit how we are able to navigate traveling. Number one, biggest thing is planning it. Perfect example. There is a concert in Vegas in May of 2022, right? Saw the notification there was gonna be a concert. I chatted it up with my friends. How many of us are going? I went online to get the details. Now, there's a lot of janky stuff that happened during ticket sales. I'm not going to go through that. All you need to know is I got my tickets. And the moment that the notification came through that I got my tickets, you know the next thing I did? Went online and booked where we're going to stay. Now, you're going to say, well, you were able to do that because you had money. And if my money is not ready that quickly, how am I supposed to do things? Well, okay. This is why we always talk about the importance of credit, right? And I'm not saying go out and charge everything on a credit card, but I will tell you this. A lot of online things that you do, you purchase, you plan, will allow you to use PayPal. I love PayPal credit, and I'm going to tell you why. Because for 6 months, anything over $100 is interest free. If you can pay it off in 6 months. If you take longer than 6 months, they're going to charge you that interest. But if you can pay that off within 6 months, it is interest free. Meaning I'm paying the same price I would have if I had the cash up front, but I have a longer time period to get it done, which allows for people that don't just have cash to throw at me the opportunity to still partake in the shenanigans, right? So that's what we did. I put it on my PayPal account and my PayPal credit, not just PayPal, because PayPal be set up with your bank. So make sure you click in the right buttons or you think you have money and you ain't got no more money. But I set it up with my PayPal credit to pay for those tickets. And then I told my friends when I took the ticket price, broke it down within a 6-month period, this is how much you got to pay me a month. And everything is going to be golden as long as they pay the money. If they don't pay the money, I'm going to tell y'all I might got some tickets for sale. So just be on the lookout. But I think they will pay the money. Like, I have solid people, and if they don't, we'll figure out who we swapping out and swapping in. I ain't never stuck. Okay, baby, I ain't never stuck. But then after I did that, the next thing I was looking at is places to stay. And let me tell you why I did it so quickly. It is a large, extremely large concert weekend in Vegas in May, right? So you have to, if you know about Vegas, the cost, flights, flights ain't even ready yet. I looked. Southwest don't have their dates up though, and I'm a Southwester through and through. But all of those things, once it's known that some major event is going to happen, everything gets hyped up, right? Hotels get hyped up, resorts get hyped up, everything. So I got the tickets same day that they was like, "Oop, you got charged for tickets." Was the same day I went online. I looked at a place to stay. I am a person, I use Airbnb a lot. Outside of like when I go out of the country, no, I'm not using Airbnb. I've used things similar to it, but in the USA, I use Airbnb all the time. I prefer it over a hotel because it allows just a little bit more leisure. It allows far more room. It's not cluttered. We can have early days or late days. We can cook breakfast. We can chill, like depending on the B&B that you go through, it might literally be like a condo or a resort. So they got pools, they got all this other stuff. So, you know, like you don't have to instantly think I got to stay in a hotel. Look at other options. And another thing that I'm also very mindful for when I do Airbnb is cancellation rules. What will happen, and I'm also going to be very transparent. I got to go and look in the settings, but I'm going to be very transparent about something that I saw twice that happened. So I do not think Airbnb allows for PayPal credit. It allows you to use PayPal, but my PayPal instantly charges my bank account. So be mindful of that, right? Just letting you know. But when I book, one of the things I'm looking for is a cancellation up until a date. Don't do 24-hour, you have 24 hours and then half your deposit is gone. I don't do those. I do the ones that allow for cancellation till probably like a month, maybe a month and a half, up until the date, and then they charge me the other half of the fee, which allows me to let my friends know what it is, when the money is due, and we go from there. And I don't run into problems. So this is what I would say, like, if you're getting on here like, well, my friends ain't like that. Okay, well then I wouldn't travel with them friends. No shade to them or to you in your selection. We all got people that got, they money just be a little funny. Let's be honest. But those would not be the people that I'm planning trips and traveling and putting things on PayPal credit for. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. Not for travel reasons. I've been burned before by friends. It was a learning experience. I'm gonna leave my choice words where they're at, and you learn from it and you move different. And at this stage, what is nice about a lot of the things I do is because I am the primary planner for things. If I bought the ticket and you start acting funny, like your money funny, I got other friends. Please, you think I can't be like, y'all want a ticket? Y'all want to go? This is the deal I'm willing to give you. That way I'm not losing fully out on money, right? Like I'm finagle some stuff. You know, my background is accounting, so I'm gonna get my coins, all right? But if your friends are funny acting like that, then those aren't the people to plan with, right? Make sure you have some solid ones. And if you're that worried about it, make them sign agreements. I know that might sound crazy. Why would I have my friends sign agreements? I ain't gonna hold you. I done did that before too. When it's like some new situations, my solid ones, I don't. But like when it was a new situation and I was literally forking over some cash as a hold for someone, and they did it without issue. Because if you got an issue doing it, that let me know you funny acting, right? So listen, we do things over here. We make big moves. But those are just some tips to allow you to do things and have time to really pay it off. Another thing I would say in reference to like being able to travel, right? Because I love, now this, everything I talked about thus far was for in the US of A. Now we're gonna talk a little bit international. And this is near and dear to my heart. I love seeing the world. And one of the things that I do to make that happen, because people can think because I have money that, you know, you got paid, you just dropped all your money on the trip. That's not, no, I'm a planner. Never. I wish I was just getting paid that much. Just be like, pew, 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 pew. But what I do is I'm usually thinking about where I want to travel internationally at least a year in advance, right? Which for some people that's hard because you're like, damn, like I gotta wait a whole year. I'd be a little bit different. I'd be like, ooh, only 300 more days. Like that's just how it feels for me because I'm a little kid at heart. So because I'm planning to travel so far in advance, it leaves proper planning room. So this is how my life is really set up. I start teaching at Niagara University in the spring semester. Every year, I only teach in the spring. And that'd be enough, besides the fact that I'll be wanting more money. But I start teaching every spring. So automatically, in my mind, I say, this is really what happens. Automatically, in my mind, I say, this is how much I'm going to make from Niagara University. And you wanna know what I want to do with every check I get? I put it in my savings account. I don't play with the money. I don't do none of that. Instantly, the money I get from teaching is in my savings account. And I mark that. So I know how much I got and saved specifically. Then we have tax season. Due to the way my stuff be set up and some things I be doing, whatever, all legal. I'm just not getting into my W-2 and taxes with y'all. But the money that I receive from my tax return, state and federal, put that in my savings, right? And then also for work, we're allowed to do like a vacation buyback. So if you have so many vacation days at the end of the year left over, you can do a buyback. So that happens in June. So I know I have a vacation buyback And once that money comes, I also put that in my savings account. So with those three things, I have strategically planned to pay for 1 or 2 trips. And the reason why I was kind of a little shaky about that is because it depends on the level of the trip I want to go on. When I was trying at one point, these trips have now divided, I was trying to go to Egypt and Israel as a combo trip for 17 days. So that's gonna cost more. I have now split that trip apart, and I'm going to go to Egypt for 13 days, and I'm gonna go to Israel and Jordan for 13 days as 2 separate trips. And that, well, when you combine them, clearly that costs more. But because they're going to be separated out, I'll have a whole nother year to recoup funds to put towards travel. And when I do that, that allows me to not only have the actual like tour that I'm doing, and hotel, but it will cover my flight. It usually can cover me buying souvenirs because I'm a shopper everywhere I go. So it'll cover me buying souvenirs, like all this stuff. So in doing that, I've already set myself in a situation to be ready to go. And then all my normal money I get goes towards my bills as it normally would. That's the way I do it. Now, another thing that I would like to say, because people will think like when you do these big trips, you have to pay that all up front. That's not true. That's not at all how it works. I want to rewind because I have done trips where I've planned every second of it, and I've also done trips where other people have planned it for me. Pros and cons to both. Pros and cons to both. But I would say that it's either whatever way you decide to go, it's worth it. You need to be outside the country and experience things and see things. But one thing is when you do it with like a tour company, you can go on payment plans, right? I know people think flying internationally is thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Excuse me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't think I've ever paid more than maybe $1,200 for a round trip, right? And $1,200 is high for me. If I can fly out of Toronto, which I can't right now, so it's jacking me. But if I can fly out of Toronto, I can get you round trip for like a good $850, okay? So there's no reason to believe that you can't do these things. You just don't know because you haven't researched it or you don't know all the ins and outs of it. Another thing is, and this is not for everybody, if you're not really a planner, find a tour that can do it for you. They set it up, they handle transportation, they do everything. It's bomb. I love that. It takes the pressure off of me, especially in places that I don't know. And you're like, well, you don't know anywhere. But some places are easy to quickly research and be like, these are the things I want to do. And other places, not so much. So in the places that are not so much, or there's just so much to do and see that I've never heard of, it's always beautiful to have a company do it. For places that I can figure out a little bit more, I'll do it. So just so you're aware, because you may be like, well, where have you gone? What have you done yourself? I went to Italy for 2 weeks. I planned that myself, including, I went to, I'm trying to remember, where did I start at? Venice, Florence, Rome, Naples, Amalfi Coast, and then we went up to Milan. So all those different places require some form of transportation to get to each place. Like, we had to plan everything. Well, I planned everything. My cousin came and we just had a really great, spent all of our money time. So we did that. And I'm also, just so you're aware, I'm also a person that when I plan a trip, I plan. So when people pay for things, like if you're paying to, let's say you were coming to Vegas with us, when I give you your numbers, it's going to look like a nice package, right? It's going to, clearly you have your ticket. Now we know where we're staying. Flight is on you because once I get ready to move, if you're not ready to move, I'm not going through that with people, but I will tell them when I'm booking my flight. I will have bottles delivered because I know somebody that lives in Vegas that will drop them off to me, which is a beautiful thing. So we don't have to be on the strip trying to purchase liquor, which is sky high. I will look for the nightclubs to go to. I will get us on lists so we don't have to pay for anything. Like I'm a planner. So that's why people be wanting to come on trips with me. But so I do all of those things. I do the same thing when we do international in reference to what tours do we want to see, what does our day look like, just so we can have fun and we can have leisure, and things that you want to do are incorporated as well. That is the nice thing about planning it yourself. It literally is what y'all want to do. I have also went and done all-inclusives, Mexico, the Dominican. I think I've done another all-inclusive as well. It's just not popping up in my head. Some things by myself, not by myself, I was with people, or some things planned by like a travel agent. I've done Africa on a group tour, so that was all planned out. I just had to pay my money. I'm sure that I have went to other places too. It's all drawing a blank at this point. And my plans over the next 14 months is, what do I got going on? I don't know, I got a lot of stuff. Philly, Egypt, cruise, Vegas, Israel, and I think one other place. I need to sit down. But, and I'm able to do these things just simply because I think about them ahead of time. I map out a picture, I plan it out, I write out the budget. I know what needs to happen for me and my friends, and then we make it happen. It's not always easy. Does it always go exactly the way I want it to go? No, but it's lit. It's shenanigans and it's Sour Patch, okay? Which is really all three things of my life. But it is possible if you need help, right? If you're like, I've never done this before, Ruby, give me some guidance, some direction, hit me up. Hit me up. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I about need to be in business with the stuff I do, between planning and my creative mind of like invites and all this other stuff. I be doing a lot of stuff, but I'm about to need to be in business. So I'm not doing a whole trip for you for free, but I definitely will give you tips and tricks to make it work better for you. And when I say beyond doing things that travel agents plan for you or tour companies plan for you, I did Italy for 2 weeks, and between flight, hotel, and excursions, and this is me being honest, I could pull up the sheet and show y'all. Between flight, hotel, and excursions for 2 weeks, it was $2 grand. $2 grand. $2 grand for me, $2 grand for my cousin. That was not expensive. Now we spent, I ain't gonna hold you, we spent a lot of money when we were there. And then we spent a lot of money when we got back because we had phone bills and all this other stuff. So that's a whole different thing. But the trip itself was $2 grand. I couldn't believe that's all for excursion. And when I say excursions, I don't mean like once in a blue moon we did something. We had something if not every day, every other day, but it would be small stuff, so we still got to explore and see the world. And that included transportation in between. Like that was a couple years ago, but that was a bomb trip. Dubai, probably between a little bit under $2 grand, and I was there for a week. You also have to know the areas you're traveling because that will determine the cost. Now, when you're going on tours with like tour companies, it's gonna cost more. You didn't do any of the planning. You didn't have to do none of the work. You are going to be, instead of it being like more personal or smaller transportation, you may be on bus, you might need to catch in between flights, stuff like that. Like, so it's going to cost more. I think it's worth it for places that are like dream locations for you, depending on what level you're on. Italy was a dream location for me, but I had so much stuff that was just specific to me, and it was my birthday. Yeah, I got trust issues. Dubai was the same way. Dubai was my birthday, and I had certain things I wanted to see. Africa was around my birthday, but I was kind of glad I did it as a group because I didn't know what to do or where to go. And I still want to go back to Africa and explore it some more. Egypt is around my birthday. And this can sound like a lot of things are around my birthday. They are around my birthday. It's my money, and I'm going. And I love to celebrate birthdays. Like, it's lit. So Egypt is through a tour company, and that was intentional because I'm gonna do like the Nile River. Like, that's just a lot to be planning to get from A to B to C to D with that. So I'm happy about that. And of course, Israel is through a tour company because I want to see it all. Okay, because Jesus, I can't wait to experience that one. That is like near and dear to my heart. But I hope all this stuff helps you out. I hope it gets your mind pumped to start planning some stuff. I hope it piques your interest, and I hope it really lets you know that you have the ability to travel and to see the world. Do not allow what other people say. Do not allow this like I can't do it spirit, I guess I would call it, get you down that you can't make moves and see the world and travel places and have kids, because that's a lie. That's a lie. Now, also, if you are not sure how to get your budget right to make it happen, come see your girl. Like, y'all know I do this. I mean, I took a little break because got to handle your own mental health, but I'm back at it again. Okay? So be encouraged, travel, and make sure y'all post oh, I'm glad I said that. Post pictures. Yes, post pictures, but I just want to give y'all a little bit of tip. And my mother has been saying this to me for years, and I did not fully understand it till I moved out. Stop posting pictures of trips and telling people when y'all gonna be gone from your houses. Stop. You see, the only thing I gave y'all dates for, and I didn't even give dates, I just said May in Vegas, because everybody know about the concert. So I just left it like that. But I'm not about to tell people when I'm out my home. Like, for what? So have a good time when you go places. Take the pictures and post them to social media when you get back. You want to know why? Because social media is still going to be there. But you want to know what may not be? Your stuff in your house if you tell them all your business. Okay? All right. Have a great day. Bye.